Thank you very much. The gentleman yields back the balance of his time. The chair now recognizes the gentle lady from Iowa's first, or I'm sorry, from Tennessee's
Wrong
first district
state.
for 5 minutes for questions.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you to the witnesses for being here today. As you know, Tennessee has an incredible history dating back to the Manhattan Project, and we're proud to keep that tradition alive. In my district, in East Tennessee, we produce a nuclear fuel for the Navy and support other NNSA critical mission areas. And last year, the department awarded a major contract in my district for the production of high-purity depleted uranium, which is an important national security initiative. And as I understand it, the depleted uranium is 40% less radioactive than natural uranium, and that the resulting waste for this contract will be solidified and transported off-site. And I want to make sure that this is safe for the community where it's going to be transported to. So my question is for Ms. Korsnick. For my constituents, can you describe what the industry safety standards are for handling nuclear materials and how they relate to actual radiation risk?
Absolutely. I guess I can share just maybe broadly with my many years of experience in the industry where we have handled nuclear fuel of all different types. Fuel is always managed with a high level of reverence.
Yeah.
And so I can share with you that the processes that will be used are not only really carefully followed by the company that's doing them, but has a strong degree of oversight as well. And the NRC manages oversight for fuel facilities as well, just like they do power plants. And there are strict rules and regulations that are around that, and not only at the facility, but for the transportation of that, to ensure that it's all done very safely and with sufficient shielding that it will not have effect on the local community.
You know, you just want to make your residents feel safe.
Absolutely.
So I appreciate that. Under the leadership of President Trump and Secretary Wright, we are seeing how the federal government can propel our domestic supply chain forward instead of hindering innovation. And Dr. Wagner, you said this earlier. You mentioned the Department of Energy announced the $2.7 billion to strengthen the domestic enrichment services of low-enriched uranium and high-assay low-enriched uranium. That means we're not only going to build those nuclear plants, but we're going to fuel, and it'll be American too. So my question, and I can ask you this, Dr. Wagner, how does this shift to a fully domestic fuel supply chain improve U.S. national security and energy independence?
So in a lot of ways, and thank you for the question, by the way, and the proud history of Tennessee relative to nuclear energy and nuclear security. And I would start by saying that almost all of our uranium that is used in our commercial power reactors is coming from overseas. Some from allied nations and some from not. On order of 20 to 25% of our material has been coming from Russia. That puts a dependency on allied nation, I'll just say.
Yeah.
And critical to not only our current operations of our reactors, but certainly any expansion and future growth. And so this investment in enrichment, domestic enrichment capability that we basically let atrophy over several decades as we relied on foreign countries, fixing that is going to take some time and some money. And so this is a huge, huge step forward to ensuring our domestic fuel supply. So I'm really pleased to see those announcements this week.
Me too. Do you forecast any challenges we might have to navigate to ensure that these federal investments in HALEU deconversion and enrichment services interact effectively with private sector planning as we advance reactors and then we move from the demonstration to the deployments? Like often, you know, there's overlapping timelines there.
I would say there's a couple points here. One is, as you probably are well aware, is a bit of a time mismatch, particularly on the production of high-assay, low-enriched uranium. Right now in the U.S., there's only one company that's able to do that, and it's at a very small scale, and so that needs to scale up. Meanwhile, we have an active advanced reactor deployment set of companies that need that material now. And so one of the challenges the department has is how to fill those near-term needs in this time mismatch, if you will. And again, that's why it's so important that those awards were done this week. Yeah. The other aspects of it is more just normal commercial infrastructure construction, jobs, supply chain, and so forth that they'll have to work through.
Just takes time. just takes time to rebuild what's been degraded. So with that, Mr. Chairman, my time's almost up, and I'll submit questions for the record.
Well, thank you very much.